in 1500 or 1430, they did not even know there will be aeroplane. You understand? They did not know there will be antibiotic. They never, because the idea was not there. You understand? So it is through the course of pushing us and achieving wealth and gaining access to new realities. You understand? That they could only achieve progress. It means you cannot say in 1500 or 1430 they knew there will be a telephone or a satellite. They did not know nothing about that. You agree with me, right? Yes, the idea was not. That means those ideas are just the result of centuries of them exploiting us. When you have so much wealth, you have so much people you can push to the extreme, you understand? And you are financing your entire development. That means progress become a natural thing. That means the entire progress and whatever came is just the result of having so many slaves they can use as machine to the extreme, and then push to the extreme, and then start thinking about pushing them to extreme, and that means they make breakthrough. You understand? And each breakthrough comes through pushing,
so which means in there, because most of the European countries are highly developed than ours. And are you saying it's because of those pushing of the slaves, all of the development that they have?
That means the enslavement of Africans, the finance, using Africa.
No, I'm referring maybe specifically to the European countries.
Yeah.
Are you saying all the development they have is because of the pushing of slave people?
Yeah. The whole development, of
they themselves are ruling.
No, the whole development of Africa, of European, is the result of slavery, colonization, apartheid, and today neo-colonization. Because for European today to finance research of spacecraft to, let's say, to Mars, you understand? They need resources to do that. You understand? They need a massive amount of money, and all the resources and the massive amount of money has been accumulated and built through the centuries, and then today is sustained through owning all that is ours, owning our economy, owning our natural resources, and owning us, because we are used as machines. You understand? So owning our resources and owning us allow them to push their agenda. You understand? And then to make new breakthrough, and even to think about new things. You understand? Because in 1400 they did not have the idea of going to Mars. You understand? But today they have, because it's a chain reaction. It's over a long period of time. So today, after acquiring so much knowledge through acquiring a lot of wealth, enslaving people, now they can even push thinking deeper. You understand? So it's only the result of having so many people under the control, and so much wealth generated by those people, you understand, and so much good life. So they can now do anything. They have even done medical experiments on Africans. They have used Africans to test medication, you understand? So they have done everything. So the whole progress of European is that. So the idea you are speaking about, that they had the idea, is just not accurate that in 1430 or 1500 or even 1600 they knew about going to Mars. That's just the result of many centuries of enslavement and wealth accumulation, you understand? And then a breakthrough they made, and now they can access Mars. That is the true reason. So they have not bring civilization, because as far as we are concerned, we've been used. And then if criminals make progress or build progress through enslaving people, you can't say these criminals are civilized. People who do crime, because things like slavery, apartheid are known as crime against humanity. You know that, right?
Yes, I know.
People who do those things, you can't attribute them to civilization. Civilization is attributed to positivity. And if you look at the society, they have things like strip shows. Have you heard about strip shows? Striptease. They have things like striptease. They have things like pornography. They have things like prostitution. They have things like gay. They have things like anus leaking. Most of the pornographic movies now about anus leaking. You understand? If you look on internet, they do that. They eat shit even, these people. They have what you call scatterman. They eat shit. They have, you can see that the society is ups and down. You can see that a small few can be very rich, others are looking for food in the dustbin. You understand? Yeah. So you can see the cruelty of a system where they even have what you call child pornography. They have an entire industry of raping little children. You understand? It's well known what. So you can see these are highly primitive people. Actually, they have built their society on crime, and then the feature of madness remain. The feature of madness remain because it's not normal to have a society where.
So.
Yeah.
What do you think is the solution for Africans?
The solution is first to understand that the perception that they brought civilization is an illusion. It is because most of what we know, they fill our brain with it, so they are giving us fake perception. But if you look at fact, you understand, you're gonna know that we are not developed because, not because we don't want to be developed, because they own all our economy. Because if our economy was in our hands, we will automatically develop. Why? Because we will be making money. That means we will have African corporation that makes money on clothing, that makes money on toothbrush, you understand? That make money on lotion, that make money on food, that make money on medication, you understand? And those, they're gonna make money because people have to spend, and those money gonna be reinvested, and it means we're just gonna be growing, you understand? Like everybody does. So, but because all those things are in the hands, we can't make progress. Plus, they are now erasing our languages.
But now Africans are allowed to make corporations and
sorry.
I mean now
the prem is not the prem is not allowed to make corporation. The prem is in your own country, things must be based on your interest. That means the system. You can be put in a system where you are allowed to move free, you are allowed to make corporation, but if they own all the money, they own all the land, they control the information sector, they control the education content, you understand? You can't do nothing because it means they hold all the keys to progress or to your progress. Because for you to think freely, your brain must be free from information that prevent it from thinking freely. Yeah, but if they are putting things in your brain that makes you feel inferior, that they are better than you understand? That means they are already preventing you from thinking freely. Like when you were saying, no, it's not a problem that we feel inferior, that we see them as superior. That is not true. That actually you are really making a big mistake. Because when you start feeling inferior, because we generally feel inferior and we generally see them as superior, that's a reality. You agree with me, right?
Yeah, that's a reality, and I'm not against it because if they are doing well, we have to embrace the guys who are doing well.
But how can they be doing well if they are keeping us in pain? They own our economy, they own our land, they have been enslaving us for centuries, and you can't say they are doing well on our back, on our pain. If we were free, if our country represents our interest, if our country is about our rule, then you can say, okay, they are doing it. And then when you start feeling inferior toward another human being, it means you have lost self-esteem, self-beliefs. Without self-esteem and self-beliefs, you can't do nothing. If you start feeling like without those people, we can't do nothing, it means you will never you're a slave. So when they make us feel inferior and view them as superior, it also that in our brain, it becomes like we can't do nothing without them. You understand? Yeah. It also becomes like, oh, these people are special. That means we are slaves. And then no human being is supposed to be made feel that way. It's a crime. It means it's very wrong. You can't say you don't have a problem with it. You have to have a problem with it. It is them who put that in our brain. You know why? Because they control the information. If I'm assaulting you today, if I'm assaulting you every day, you will never see me as superior. You will see me as a bad person. You know that?
Yeah, that's true.
But if the only reason you can start to see me as superior, if I'm putting things in your brain, you understand? Which you start to believe and think I is superior, you understand? Because they have taken control of our information sector. So they put things in our brain. So our feeling about being seeing them superior is because they fill our brain with lies. But they don't tell us that they have stolen our economy, they have stolen our freedom of thinking freely, you understand? And they are keeping us as tools to better their lives. They don't tell us that. So they tell us lies, which mean you should not admire them because their current good life is linked to our horrible conditions. You understand?
Yeah, that's true. That's how it works.
So you as an African, you should look from your angle as a victim. You understand? Even direct not victim, but your community. You understand? So you should look at it from that angle. You should not say that whatever they are like an aura to us. They are so much inhuman that they are even wiping out the real blacks. Do you know that they are wiping out the real blacks? There are now
like how?
There are now racially mixed with more black DNA. It means they use our women. They've been raping our women during oppression, during slavery. Those rapes have brought a lot of colors.
Yeah.
Those colors remix with Africans, you understand? And then those new remixed colors remix again, and they remix again. So the more they remix, that means those children look more Africans than colored, you understand?
Yeah.
But they are not genetically African. That means they are a breed. That's why you're gonna see a lot of light Africans roaming around. Lots, very light Africans. Usually they have European DNA in them. They are the result of race mixing. And even today, if you pay close attention when you walk on the street, if you see a mixed couple of a pink and a brown, what you call a black and a white, you understand? 99% of the case or more, the woman is brown and the man is pink. You understand?
Yeah,
it is rare to find a man brown and a woman pink. You find, but it's very few. It means they are still using our women as sex objects because our mind is conditioned to view them as special. You understand? So they get our women like that. We see them as superior, ourselves as inferior. So they can use our women as sex object and make a lot of color. And those colors always remain in our community and remix. You understand? So the whole thing is that the real blacks are being phased out, because if you make a baby with a Chinese, your baby will not look the same as if you make a baby with a European. That means you make two babies, one with a European woman, one with a Chinese woman. You make those two babies next to each other, they don't look alike. But if you make two babies with two European women, right? Those babies gonna look alike because they are now the same race. You understand?
Yeah.
Because they say so. It means a mixed person cannot be like an original person. You understand? Yeah.